And I remind my clients all the time, self-nurture is what you pour into. Nobody should be pouring into your cup. See, we want our husbands to pour in our cup, our children to pour. No, you have to pour into your cup. And you pour into your cup by just doing simple things. Good morning, treating yourself well, speaking kindly to yourself, hydrating, sleeping, eating, right? But the bottom line is your cup starts to overflow. And now you serve others from your saucer. That is your abundance. That is your overflow. But people say, oh, that's kind of like my leftovers. No, that is what you have to spare. But we go the opposite, right? We serve everybody from our cup. And then we are the residual that's left in there. So we're stressed. We are overwhelmed. We are overweight. We have hypertension. We have diabetes. All of these things are a result of us not taking care of ourselves. Why? Because we're not selfish. That is not being selfish, taking care of yourself. It means you love yourself. And the more you love yourself, you have so much more to give. And so for a lot of people, that's a shift change because we've seen Big Mama and Lil Mama, go through sacrificing. When people say that person will give you the shirt off of her back, that's a problem because now she don't have a shirt.
To sacrifice versus.
And Nettie speaking. This is what you guys gonna get. Oh my goodness. She's
You
gonna have to hide.
He hasn't even gotten down to the
So that's what I'm getting. I can talk all day long. But this
is the thing though. I want you to, and the reason why I want to go back to that because I think it's critically important. One of the things that I realized in my own life, okay, this was me, right? I really wouldn't spend much money on clothes. I would never go shopping. Or if I did shop, I would buy something. And this is truth of what I would say in my head. Let's say I bought something I thought was really cute. I would say, well, I have nowhere to wear it. I'm gonna wait until I have some place to wear it. And then what I was finding is it never got worn because that special place never came, right? It was always, well, I'll wait. And even though that seems small, what I realized through getting to know myself was that I was putting everything off in my life. Everything about me that connected to me, it was, well, when the right time comes, when this happens. And I found, now looking back, none of those things that I needed to happen in the future never happened, right? So now if I want to, if I need to do it, I'm gonna do it right now. If I buy something, I'm gonna buy it right now. I might go to my office, nobody see me, right? It'd be just me, myself, and I in my office on the computer working, but she be cute, right? And it's not about outside appearance. I would tell anybody, right? You can go buy the most expensive clothes, you can go get your makeup done, you can do all the things to your outside that body. That's not what changes you, right? You have to change from the inside. And when you change from the inside and you start to connect to who you are, it does have effect on your outside, but you can't start from the outside. I know many of us do, right? That's why a lot of times when we say self-care, people think self-care, go run into the spa. And I'm not saying going to the spa isn't a form of self-care, but you got to get to the source of the problem, and that's on the inside of you. Because many of us, as you said, Joyce, we've abandoned ourselves. But when we get in this process, and it's like you start to see your abandoned self that you left on the side of the street by herself, right? With no clothes on, no nourishment. You left her.
She gave a shirt to somebody else.
You gave a shirt to somebody else. Get the shirt back, babe.
Get your shirt back, girl. Get your shirt back.
It's our time.
Hashtag get your shirt back. We need to hashtag get your shirt back.
Yeah, we do.
Hashtag get your shirt back. Wait a minute, and then come to It's Your Time, It's Our Time, Girl Time, and listen to Kim Lotz, how she built a multi-million-dollar daycare so that you can then learn and find out what your passion, your desire, or whatever it is that you want to do so that you can create your multi-million-dollar empire, right? But you got to first do what? Hashtag what? Get your shirt back. Get your shirt back.
And Kim was a single mom when she did that, and she just knew for herself that she wanted to be present for her children. She didn't want to be working away from home all the time, not be able to attend things. And she just found a way. She started her daycare at home, and then from there she grew. And you know, and she has a program now, I think it's Mom Boss, that she does too,
Wow.
where she feed into other women, you know, single moms, and be able to help them realize that, you know, like her book says, from fear to faith.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Now, okay. So I want to go back. I hadn't forgotten about this, the sacrifice versus
Sacrifice. You know, we
Yeah.
cannot leave without it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I can't end this without talking about that some more. You said, and I so agree with you, but I'm gonna shut up so I can listen to let you talk about it. In marriages, right? People love to say that you have to make sacrifices for each other. And I think I get why we use that word, but I think that our actual our brain interpretation of that, the way we've been trained, causes us to do something that's not beneficial.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not using a lot of words anymore. So it's a change in thought, right? There's a lot of words that used to be appropriate that no longer are. So we don't use those words anymore. So we got to retrain our thought process.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, we need to use words that speak truth, because words do matter. And our brain does register the words you speak. And so when you say, I am, you know, sacrificing, you're giving up something. And that creates over time resentment. And that's the part that's poisonous. It's toxic in a marriage. Now, if you're going to sacrifice, you sacrifice for your children, because you don't feel that you're giving up anything, right? It is something I'm choosing to put aside for my child. Now, you can sacrifice for a spouse if you want, I mean, if you feel that, but you can't do it with this feeling of, I gave this up for you. Now, there are some situations where parents feel that, you know, they sacrifice, and there's some parental child issues. But for the most part, I think what's healthy in a marriage is when you consider the other person. That costs you nothing to consider them. So when I consider my husband in making a decision, when I consider my husband when I say what I say, when I consider him, but when I decide, okay, I'm going to forego this. I want to do this. I don't want, but I'm going to forego this for this. Then that may cause a problem later. And so I'm not,
especially if something doesn't work out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, I believe that there is a space and place to sacrifice. You don't sacrifice self. Maybe you sacrifice an opportunity or something else. But loving you can't cost me. But I do believe that you consider healthy relationships mean you consider the other person.
Wait a minute, girl, you just say that again. You said
loving you.
Loving you can't cost me. No.
Y'all get
Go to the Bahamas. Y'all gotta get over to the Bahamas. That's all I'm
Grab
saying.
your girls.
Get to the Bahamas.
Grab your girls, and we're gonna sit down and have the conversation. You know, glass of wine, a Bahama mama.
Bahama mama.
Hey,
Some of that Bahamas rum.
real talk.
Yes.
Loving you can't cost you. I love that.
No, LaShawn, can't
I
cost me.
gotta sit with that, because I actually think that if we can get ourselves, especially with the, you know, with us as females, if we can get ourselves to that point where we start to have that inner care for ourselves, and we show up in that strength, that we're not going to let the fact that I love you cost me. I think you'll have stronger, healthier, loving, lasting relationships.
Absolutely.
I actually think the reason why the divorce rate is so high is because people are sacrificing themselves or what it is that they want to do for another person in the name of marriage. But the problem is they don't really want to. And when you don't really want to do it, right? What creeps in, now it's a slow creep. It's a slow creep in, but resentment slowly creeps in. Because if You sacrificed yourself or something you wanted to do for your mate or your spouse. And 6 months from the time you made that sacrifice, whatever you sacrificed, let's say whatever your mate wanted you to do didn't work out. You are going to be, I gave up my career for you. I did this for you, right? Boom. Go do it. Baby, please go do it. Don't do that. Go do it. Go do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you sacrifice and that's not really what you want to do, it's not a want to there, and something doesn't work out, you're gonna resent me. I'd rather for you to do it, go down that path, and you might come back and say, hey, look, I did do it, but you know what? My family is most important to me. I want to be here, right?
Yeah.
And guess what's going to happen? You're not going to that. The memory of that opportunity is not going to be like, oh my goodness, I missed my opportunity and it's your fault, right?
No.
You know,
got
It's
it.
have to take some self accountability too. Let's start there. Some personal accountability, right? So when we make these decisions, no matter what those decisions are, it was a decision that we made.
Yep.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I tell